Hey y'all, welcome back to Elite Life with Sam. All right, today's episode is for every woman who's ever looked in the mirror, we'll say mid to late 30s, and thought, where the hell did I go? All right, if you've been feeling disconnected, tired, irritable, and just like you're going through like the motions, not really feeling present, you're not alone. I've been feeling like this too, and almost every other woman that I've talked to lately has had some form or version of this. So you're definitely not alone. Today, we're going to deep dive on why so many women are stuck in this weird, like, numb phase in life. And most importantly, how the hell can we get our spark back? All right, so grab your coffee, your wine. I'm not judging. Just get something, get comfortable. So, this is for the overstimulated, disconnected 30-something woman. We are in survival mode, ladies. We're holding a job, raising kids, running houses, navigating marriage or divorce, maintaining friendships, and still trying to figure out what the fuck you want to eat for dinner. You're burned out. But here's the kicker. It's not just physical exhaustion, it's also emotional and spiritual depletion. We're constantly stimulated. Text messages, Slack pings, Instagram reels, parenting podcasts, emails, the never-ending to-do list. Even your downtime is still time when your brain is digesting something. Your nervous system never gets to shut off. Your phone, that's become your pacifier, your portal, and your pacemaker. And that's actually messing with your dopamine. I feel like dopamine has kind of become this like really trendy word, but it's actually a thing that affects us ladies. Dopamine disruption, it's when you're constantly scrolling, comparing, watching, consuming. Your brain gets flooded with this little hormone, dopamine. So all these dopamine hits are working overtime. This desensitizes you in real life, so you're feeling less joy. So maybe a walk in nature or a good meal just doesn't hit the same because your pleasure receptors are actually burnt out. The next thing is nervous system dysregulation. Constant stimulation puts your body in this fight or flight mode 24/7. Your parasympathetic nervous system, the one that's responsible for the rest and repair, that never gets the mic. So, this leads to anxiety, insomnia, burnout, and emotional detachment. I know we're all feeling that right now. And then the next thing is cortisol overload. So, cortisol is another word that we're hearing a lot lately, and a lot of times it's being connected to weight gain or the difficulty that we're finding in losing weight. So, because of the cortisol overload, we're living in a heightened stress state, and that in turn increases cortisol. So, it's like this vicious cycle. And so, this causes weight gain, low libido, foggy thinking, and feeling just emotionally flat, which leads to hormonal fluctuations. So in our 30s, estrogen and testosterone start shifting. These hormones affect energy, mood, and sex drive. Pair that with stress, and you've got a recipe for bleh. So, why us? Women in our 30s today are a really unique breed. We were raised in the 90s and 2000s and shaped by major global events. 9/11, recessions, mass shootings, the pandemic, social media booms. We've been expected to evolve at a warp speed. Wear every hat and hold it all together while posting it with a perfect filter. We lived life before the birth of the internet and social media and lived with it every day as it evolved into the direct-to-consumer monster that it is now. No wonder we are overstimulated. We were told that we could have it all, but we weren't warned that we'd be expected to actually do it all. The result, we are exhausted, we're dysregulated, and spiritually, we're just disconnected. This isn't weakness, y'all. It is collective burnout. So here are some heavy-duty solutions for healing. This isn't about bubble baths and green juice. We need serious, deep nervous system repair and joy restoration. So here's how. Mindful consumption. Curate your inputs. Unfollow triggering accounts. Limit the news. Take regular social media fasts. Choose inspiration over information overload. Y'all, I did that this year. The beginning of the year, I was determined to change the way that I felt, and I knew that it had to come from within, not without. So I went on a mass unfollowing spree. And then I slowly started adding back in accounts that really fed my soul or inspired me or just made me smile. I didn't realize that this numb, mindless consumption on social media and on my news feed was actually doing so much harm that takes almost twice as much work to repair. Another thing that you can do is something called grounding techniques. So this is also something called earthing. You put your bare feet on grass or soil for like 10 minutes a day, and this has been known to reduce inflammation, regulate cortisol, and rebalance your energy. This isn't just that woo-woo stuff, guys. It's actual science. The National Institute of Health has a great piece called The Effects of Grounding on Inflammation, the Immune Response, Wound Healing, and Prevention and Treatment of Chronic Inflammatory and Autoimmune Disease. Okay, so that's a mouthful, but I actually took some time and read that article, and it is incredible. So I would just challenge you guys, if you don't believe it or you're kind of on the fence, take a couple of weeks and just integrate some grounding techniques into your schedule each day. And I mean, it doesn't have to be a big deal. It doesn't have to be this big show. Slip your shoes off, put your feet on the bare ground for 10 minutes each day. This is also a great time that I like to work in sunshine therapy. And it's just like 10 to 20 minutes of sunshine a day. And it's been known to boost serotonin. So at the same time that you're lowering cortisol, you're boosting serotonin and vitamin D, which helps with mood, immunity, and sleep. You can also work in breath work and meditation in this 10-minute time. Box breathing is a method that I really like to use. It's the 4-7-8 method. You breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold it for 7 seconds, and you breathe out for 8. And I can physically feel the effects, and everything just starts to relax. You could do guided meditations. You could do gratitude lists. Just take this time to really bring your awareness back to the present. And what this does is resets the parasympathetic system. You'll lower cortisol and clear brain fog. Another thing that you can do is nutritional support. Reduce your sugar intake and processed carbs. And I know that sounds big and scary, but really, if you just make small changes each day, they add up to big changes. You can add in magnesium through leafy greens, almonds, stuff like that. Omega-3s with salmon and chai. Add in vitamin C through citrus and peppers. And all of this supports your hormone balance and also reduces cortisol. All right, guys, the next one that you can work into your schedule each day is movement with intention. So this can be something as simple as just walking or stretching. You could even integrate gentle yoga, but don't focus on these for weight loss necessarily. Think of it more for circulation, for lymph flow, and for mental clarity, and that will take a lot of the strain and stress off of you. Joy reconnection, this is another intentional one that I've been trying to work in. And this is really personal to each and every one of us. We really have to remember what used to light you up. What did you do that you could easily fall into flow? Is it painting? Is it cooking? Is it music? Is it thrift shopping? Is it dancing? Bring one small thing back each week because joy doesn't have to be loud. It just has to be special to you. So here is your spark reboot plan, so to speak, or your challenges. Take a 24-hour social media break. Walk barefoot outside for 10 minutes. Listen to one old song that you used to love. And yes, any of the early 2000s hip-hop hits actually can be worked into this. Like, please don't play grills around me and expect me to act right. Do one thing this week that's just for you. No guilt and also no multitasking. This week, your job is not to fix your life. It's to actually live it, to tune back in, to remind your body and your mind that you're safe. You are whole. You are allowed to feel good again. You're not broken, babe. You're just tired. And the good news is you're not alone. So many women are feeling this, but the spark isn't gone. It's just kind of buried under all the responsibilities, notifications, and expectations that we've really put on ourselves. So grab your shovel and let's dig her out. If you loved this episode, share it with someone who you feel like needs to hear it. And don't forget to tag me when you do your weekly Spark Challenge. And don't forget to leave a 5-star review. Thanks, guys. Have a beautiful week.